All right, today we are going to give you some great tips on how to develop big arms. What I'm going to try to do for you guys is try to clear out some of the noise that you may be hearing or seeing and try to explain the difference between the two. Understand, if you're watching what somebody did to build the arms for the Olympia, you missed the whole point of the concept. It doesn't matter what he did to get ready for the Olympia, it mattered on what he did back in his 20s, whoever the Mr. Olympia is, on how to develop those arms. And if you guys go back and do the research, go back to like Arnold's initial training for his arms. He would do one set of 15 on cheek curls. There is a beautiful ugliness to the beginning of training when you are trying to develop that size. And what I mean by ugliness is that it may not look pretty, but cheek curls are a great exercise. Power curls is a great exercise. Putting on size and bulking is a great thing to do. So all these things are cues and things that you guys bypass. Just let me get past that. Let me go to this fancy little isolation bicep, because that does the trick, obviously, because all these guys are doing it. Don't get misled, all right? So I'll try to explain this to you the best I can. Enjoy this video out, and I have the legend with me, Robby Robinson. And again, he's gonna also clarify that both he and I, plus many others of the greats, did a similar training principle and workouts to develop the arm size. Let's go. So a couple different forms here. So this is where you get that big size and thickness. Load some weight on there, curl it. Strong hands, strong wrists, pulling it forward. It's pretty technique.
Yellow box.
So there's a second thing that I see now on the Instagram. So cup it, no thumb. Come around, good. And all you're now trying to do is pull the elbows back and peek. Bring it up to your chin. Excellent. Peek. Now it's a moderate difference. One of the biggest things is dropping this in. To give you an over-exaggeration, you'll see a lot of guys cupping, and they'll take weights like dumbbells or anything like that, and they'll just sit there like this, and they'll try to peak it, which looks great. And it's nice after you got some development, but don't get misunderstood that the old school, grab a hold of that bar, curl it.
Knees are slightly bent. Go to his side.
What did you say about development?
So,
because that's pretty important right there.
yeah, one of the biggest things is this. You're gonna see somebody on Instagram and they're gonna be showing you an exercise which looks great, or the guy's gonna be cut down ready for a show, and he's gonna be doing something like rope pulls, you know. And then the kids are gonna see that, and they get stuck in their head like, oh my gosh, man, with rope pulls, I'm gonna develop this monstrous Dorian Yates back. If that's too old school for you. This monstrous Ronnie Coleman back off of doing rope pulls. Understand there's a difference between looking good and doing something that's going to develop that size so you can create that clay shape and statue. So the two forms I showed you here is, one looks great on Instagram, and if you got a good little peek, it looks good. But it's like, again, Robby will tell you this too. There's a difference between a guy that looks good in the gym and a guy that looks good on stage. A lot of guys.
Completely different piece of art. Sorry.
A lot of guys that look good by themselves in the gym.
Yeah. I've seen that through these 50 years.
Yeah, and that's why I think Instagram is so great, is because it allows somebody to show their piece of art in a place where they'll look good.
Exactly.
But the reason why champions are champions is because when you actually compare their physique to somebody else with quality, you disappear.
Yeah.
And that's why when you get on stage, regardless of how they look backstage or whatever, dude, you got this show, you win, you walk up on stage standing next to somebody, you disappear.
Yeah, completely.
Because you're standing back next to somebody that's quality.
Completely different physique. Years is what counts. I mean, you can't really go in and expect to look like myself and Mike. It takes years and years to look like that, seriously. You're doing the same thing over and over and over. Bodybuilding is repetition. So the more repetition you apply and the more correct in the form and technique, I mean, then you could look like Mike himself because you're building quality muscle.
Huge question for you. Because you and I have found out a way that
Yep.
the whole concept of repetition and doing day in, day out is
Volume.
okay with you and me.
Exactly.
Why do I have such a problem getting that through to people's heads that are clients or just want to get jacked up? Hey, I want to get ripped in for 8 weeks.
Yeah, really.
How do you talk to them? What do you do special?
I tell them the first thing you got to do is change your eating. And you got to change your mindset of what you're trying to get done. If you're not going to apply those two, you have to change your mind. You have to toughen it up. It's not going to be able to do all that madness by itself. So you have to really toughen the mindset up, and that way you're going to get better. You know, it's like you're going to do what everybody else is not able to do.
There you
And
go.
if you're not able to do that, then you can forget about it. It's just wasting time.
Just what he said right there. So again, going back to the curls and the whole principle, I want you to hear this from somebody that's been doing it for, what is this, a week and a half now for you?
Yeah, probably.
Is
No disrespect, seriously. I have so many complimenting that I get upset with it because they don't realize that it's not going to happen overnight. It's a long journey.
and you said the mindset.
It's a
Because
mindset.
they give up
You got to keep doing that.
within 2 weeks because it didn't happen. It didn't happen in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I'm done.
So the curls, there's 2 curls. If we go back to it, there's one that we got our size with
Yeah.
when we were young pups, which allows us to do the fancy little isolation look good.
That's what it is.
Don't
you
skip
got to learn
that.
how to do both.
Yeah. Don't skip the beginning stages. And all society is trying to show you is that second stage. There's a whole beginning stage. And that's why if you go back to his principles when he started and my principles when I started, we still go back to those more than anything else.
I do. I always go back to that. I go back to what worked for me then. I still look the way I look now. I mean, 74, to me, that's young because I've taken care of myself. Like we both have for years. So to me, it's like an easy thing to do. I go in and put all those little pieces
Came
together.
out of it.
Yeah, but my physique, my mindset. When I walk there at 4 a.m. in the morning, my whole mindset changed. It's a duel. Me and the weights.
Save that. Don't tell him that one. Because we told you, and we'll go into that whole mindset when we walk into the gym and what we think compared to what we're walking the streets.
Yeah, exactly. Completely different ballgame.
Try out this, for the next 4 weeks, try out the power position with the straight bar curls or easy curl bar, and then come back and talk to us and comment down below again. Again, we're sorry that we have to be the ones that tell you this takes time. Be patient, change the mindset. You'll pass everybody else because he said something, and you can rewind the tape here, but he said something. You're going to be able to do something others can't because you change your mindset.
Exactly. His whole mindset. Boom.
Boom.
Oh, we're at Gold's at 4 a.m. I'm gonna show you guys how to get bigger biceps in 3 easy steps. You're gonna grab the bar right in the middle, break the wrist like this, and just boom. Look at those peaks. You're gonna have instant peaks. And I guarantee you a week if you keep doing it like this. Follow my page so you can get more tips like this.
So, what do we have going on here? He's not gripping the bar. No thumb. Elbows are tucked all the way in, leaning all the way forward.
But this is how you do it. This is how I teach the people how to do it.
That's cute.
Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to get a set in.
All right, miss. So let's do this. So put the bar down for a sec. Grab outside
Outside.
of it. Okay. Stand up straight. Step back. Open those legs up. Get some balance in there. All right. Bend the knees slightly. Bring that stuff up to your chin. Power. Boom. Go again. Stop. Go. Boom. Down. Back up. Down. Get out of there. Woo! One sounds fancy, one looks fancy, one may give you something visually on camera better. But if you're bypassing the beginning and the proper form and the power, you won't have any arms down the road. So don't let them mislead you. Don't let them take you down that other route of, hey, man, this looks great. That must be it. You're isolating it, so it's definitely, there's a difference between isolating and flexing. Go home and flex in the mirror. Get in the gym. You're gonna have to get in some work. You're gonna have to put some weight on the bar and develop those arms. You don't get 17 and 3/4 inch arms like Colton over there, or 21 inch arms like Serge. Oh, you gotta switch those. Look at.
Don't forget to wear your gloves.
Psych.
All right.
Jokes aside, have fun with it. You can always do the little isolation stuff, and that's great for getting ready for a show. It's getting ready for great for after you get that size. But go back to the basics. Again, it's very few people that are showing you the basics. And hopefully you guys get a little hip tip out of this and jump back and understand, take some time, but get back there, get started, develop it. That way you can be the next champions and be better than us.
All these guys are too busy listening to everybody on their Instagram wall instead of listening to those on the Gold's Gym wall.